Nigeria as a country is not only sick, but equally suffers from what I call a dreadful congenital abnormality. Nigeria is suffering from very massive corruption, and in the history of this country, we've never had it so bad. This government of Goodluck Ebele Azikiwe Jonathan is the most corrupt in the history of Nigeria. It's sad, but that is a fact. Corruption is now with impunity. And it's unfortunate that despite the fact that many ministers have been indicted in this government, from the Minister of the Niger Delta to the Minister of Aviation to the Minister of Petroleum, it is unfortunate that the presidents do not have the capacity and capability to probe these ministers. The most recent is the Minister of Aviation, who has been indicted by both the EFCC, the Presidential Committee set up by the President, and even the House of Representatives. But she is still sitting as a president, as a minister, and the president is yet to take any decision on her. The Minister of Petroleum have been indicted by 6 different committees. But despite this indictment by 6 different reports, the Minister of Petroleum is still elegantly attired and cosmopolitanly fashioned every Wednesday, attending Federal Executive Council meeting under the watchful eyes of an unperturbed president. It's quite unfortunate. We have written series of memos to Mr. President. We have written petitions to all the anti-graft agencies. We have carried out 82 protests put together against different corrupt practices by officers and public personalities in government. But as I speak to you, none of them have seen the light of the day. The anti-corruption network is a network, and we are trying to make sure that we synergize with other NGOs who have similar objectives and intentions. Corruption is the cankerworm that has bedeviled us as a nation, and if we take charge of corruption, then we will take care of our economy, we'll take care of unemployment, we'll take care of our roads, we'll take care of our hospitals, we'll take care of our education. Every Nigerian must come out of his gullible zone. Every Nigerian must come out of their comfort zone and start becoming change agents. Because if we do not agitate, we cannot ameliorate, palliate, and correct the problem that is on the ground. It is because Nigerians are so indolent, Nigerians are so gullible, we are so quiet about corruption. That is why the leadership of this country celebrate corruption in the manner they did. And unfortunately, we, the followership, also celebrate corruption. We see a man who was nobody before becoming a minister. He becomes a minister, he's building a house of 100 million, 200 million. What the society will do is that a traditional ruler will come and give him chieftaincy title. Some institutions will invite him and give him honorary doctorate degree. So we celebrate corruption as a people until we come out of our cocoon and begin to call the thief in Ogbomoso Ole, and call the thief in Kano, Barawo, and call the thief in Umuleri, Unyoshi. Until we start embarrassing these people and speaking out, we cannot fight corruption. And corruption is the reason why today dollar is 1 to 170 naira, the highest in the history of this country. Inflation is on the rise. Unemployment is on the rise. Insurgency is on the rise. Killing and kidnapping is on the rise. It's because of corruption. Once we get rid of corruption, once we reduce corruption to the minimum, then we can begin to celebrate democracy. Democracy is supposed to be government of the people, by the people, and for the people. But as it is being practiced under this administration, democracy is defined as government of the greedy, by the greedy, and for the greedy. So Nigerians must start speaking, because if we don't speak, then we are destroying generations yet unborn. If we don't speak, then we cannot have a way forward. If we don't speak, then our future is doomed. I am interested in the future of my grandchildren that I may never know. I am interested in having a structured life for them. What I am interested in is the message. The messenger is important, but you can't throw away the bathwater with the baby. We must examine what President Obasanjo is saying, and God can decide to use anybody. And should we continue in sin and ask grace to abound? Nigerians should start taking the content. Forget, in fact, in our pidgin English, I will just say this: forget waiting the right for boss, enter boss. Waiting the right for boss has nothing to do with the boss. So Nigerians must take President Olusegun Obasanjo seriously. Nigerians must take everyone who is trying to right the wrong of the society seriously. Nigerians must take fighting corruption seriously. And finally, I will say that my advice to Mr. President is that, Mr. President, when you see a snake, kill it. Don't set up a committee to investigate or find out if it was a snake or a lizard. Once you see a snake, kill it.